Alright, it's time for the last out of the four new Greatest Moments packs for the classic, for the 80th anniversary collection here. And it is on the Flying Scotsman, which is kind of a crazy choice for a new range, but it's pretty hype for older fans like me, and it definitely surprised. We'll go ahead and pull in his tenders here. He does not come with any of the brand new rolling stock. It is literally just him and his tenders. We'll move those off to the side. Now, Scotsman is the same kind of engine as Gordon, so they're pretty similar, but they're also quite different. So we'll start with the face here, which, again, these new ones have absolutely perfect faces on them. Even if they may be a little big, I just love the look of them. They look so good. Go to the side here. Unlike the original Trackmaster 2 Flying Scotsman, I feel like these smoke deflectors are definitely more pronounced. Just like Gordon, he's got all of his extra details, like his cylinders, his guide and trailing wheels. Even his special nameplate over that middle wheel arch there is 3D. He's got the double chimney. I'm not quite sure what the actual name for it is, but he's got the wide funnel there. He has the banjo dome. The firebox sort of folds in a little differently. And of course the cab has all of the details. Like there's the pipe going along the side there and the handrail. The handrail on the cab here. I do kind of wish this whole spot here was moved up just a little bit, because there is a bit of a weird gap here, I feel. Oh, he's even got rivets up there. I'm pretty sure him and Gordon reused the same piece for the cab there. Let me check real quick. At least just eyeballing it here, those look to be the exact same. Of course, the back is not like James. There's no little gap there to stick figures or anything. Again, we're using the and the valve gear. I don't know if it's just my copy or if it's on all of these new ones, but there is no black lining like on the boiler for the piston, which is fine. Just like I've said in the other videos, I do plan on filling in the buffers, painting the coupling hook silver, and I'll probably be very careful doing that. And then, again, I don't know if I mentioned or not, but the new valve gear molding. Him and Gordon are pretty similar, so it's kind of like the Day Out with Thomas, and then the regular Thomas reviews where they're going to be pretty similar. I can't see anything that's like super different from Gordon, other than obviously the banjo dome and the firebox looking a little different. I'm wondering how much of Scotsman and Gordon are interchangeable, because if you could just slap the Gordon boiler on there with the face, I feel like you can make a really nice looking, definitely maybe a little more proportionate Gordon, because the front end, in comparison to his brother, Scotsman actually has some room up here. And they didn't leave it red. They actually painted in with black, and I think that looks really sharp. It's very, very shiny too. I don't know if that's just because these are brand new or not. But I'll go ahead and bring in the original Flying Scotsman. She's on the shelf somewhere. There he is. Go ahead and disconnect the tenders here. Now bear in mind, I have painted the buffers here and the handrails. Now, he's definitely a much brighter green, and he's got all of this, like, steam cloud detail. This one has been modified. I didn't leave batteries in it. I put an old Trackmaster Henry motor, so this thing goes stupid fast. But I definitely think the shade of green on the new one is definitely a lot closer to the CGI show. I do like this green, though. I think it's pretty nice. And they've kept the 3D nameplates across both versions, and the two, I guess that's a pipe going along it on top of the handrail there, but they've kept that through. The switch, unfortunately, has blocked out the whistle and safety valve detail there. Oh, interesting. The original one doesn't have the little shoot-off bit that the new one's got. That's interesting. I've somehow never noticed that. The cab, definitely, again, there's no like rivet detail or anything. It is just this rectangle here, which I feel like should have been stretched out to fit the whole thing. I think that might not have been super accurate, but it definitely would have looked nicer. Of course, the cylinder there is not painted in. His running board is also not even really black. It's very, very dark, like forest green almost. You could really see it in the light there, compared with the chassis and then the molding for that. Definitely the face, I still think looks pretty good. I think maybe he's winking a little too much there. I think the new one does have it beat in that regard. It's also got a better color to it, I feel. That one definitely, the gray on this face definitely looks more like the show. I don't know if mine's just like yellowed or something, but this hasn't been in the sun, honestly, at all. I only really bring this out if I'm feeling really bored and want to see something go really fast. But I don't know. They're very different. They're a lot more different than I thought they would be. The tenders are a whole different story, though. All right, we'll go ahead and bring in the coal tenders, and we'll do the water tank tenders. Here they are, side by side. Again, just like all the other ones, new chassis, no spoked wheels. The old one is very small, very lightweight. Of course, any added detail to make this look nice has been done by me. There's the steam clouds over it. The lining on this one's actually more accurate, and, well, I guess they did fix him later. Well, his render later to actually have that, because the original, when he showed up in the Great Race back in 2016, he copied like the Hornby one that incorrectly curves his line work instead of just being a rectangle. Now, I do think the backs of the older one does look a lot better than the new one. I wish this would have had more of the detail on this, especially the lamp. I think that would have looked really nice. But contrary to, I guess, semi-popular belief, I've seen a few people assume that these are the same, like the tops are the same mold. They are not. This is a completely brand new mold for Scotsman. Unfortunately, like the other two tender engines, the coal load is not removable. I feel like they could have done it, but I can see why they skipped, because detail is definitely the focus of this range. And I do like how this looks more overall. I just wish it would have had the back detail of the older one. Let's get everything set up here. Scotsman in frame with at least one of his tenders. Now here we are for the water tenders. Now, mine has this taped over sticker on it because when I got this originally back in 2016, it was a factory error, and they did not print the detail on the bottom of it. If I can take this tape off to show you, I will, but it does not. I don't really want to fiddle with that on camera right now. But silly child me took a permanent marker and basically did this, and then decided that taping it over would be better. I definitely think this looks better than the original, like, permanent marker job I did when I was, like, a 10 or 12 or something. Here they are, side by side. These are actually pretty similar in size. Honestly, if I set them on the ground here, the new one is only just a smidge bit taller than the older one. The older one doesn't really have a very good like shade of black here for the top of the tender. It's 3D, but it really isn't. This is definitely more pronounced, and I think it looks way better. Again, the corridor is not really super detailed. I wish that would have been copied over to this new one. But I'd rather take extra 3D and the engine itself looking better than the rear ends of the tenders looking good. Of course, the color difference is really the crazy part to me. Because I thought that this original 2014 one, like this is the original, this isn't the motorized branded one that they did before they switched over. I thought this was an accurate color for the longest time, but now that I've got the new Scotsman, this definitely looks just like, this is like you took the show model or render and you slapped it on my Trackmaster layout here. I'll go ahead and put the original back on the shelf. We'll do a very quick running session of this guy, and we will call it done with these 4-packs. Hopefully, Wave 2 will come out very, very soon. Alright, I have the Flying Scotsman at the station here. We're going to give him one lap around because my phone's actually about to die, so let's do this. I figured a run going on a different... there's no real direction to this layout. You just kind of put a train on and go. But I guess running him in a different direction than the other three would be a nice visual change. Here he is. Going around the layout one more time. I just still can't believe Scotsman and Duck of all characters to be the first ones they bring back. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed the review on the new 80th range. I hope you guys, I want to know what you guys think of the new Flying Scotsman in the comments. Thank you for watching. Hopefully Percy and Nia and then the single packs won't be too far along. Because I can't wait to get those too. Maybe the barrel set. What am I saying? I'm definitely getting that barrel set. Trackmaster 2 turntable. You cannot believe how long I've been waiting for one of those. Anyways, I'm going to cut it here before I start rambling again. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.